Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agdanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapata Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahaganaragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savarutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanmitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Shunyabari Pashatare Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to reading session. Today we continue chapter 6, text number 4. Okay, who wants to start? Bajahari Prabhu, can you read?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhu, it's 5, I think. Text 5.
Is it? Did we read 4?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, we read 4.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Okay, text number 5.
Yes, Prabhu.
Uddaratma. Prabhu, can you little take down? I will read you. Uddared atmanant manam natmanam avashadayet atmaneva hay atmano bandhur atmaneva ripuratmanah. Uddaret, one must deliver. Uddaret, one must deliver. Atmana, by the mind. Atmanam, the conditioned soul. Na, never. Atmanam, the conditioned soul. Conditioned soul, okay. Soul, conditioned soul. Avasadhyet, put into digression. Atma, mind. Eva, certain. He indeed. Atmanah, of the conditioned soul. Bandhu, friends. Atma, mind. Eva, certainly. Ripu, enemy. Atmana, of the conditioned soul. Translation: a man must elevate himself by his own mind, not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Purport by syllable. The word Atma denotes body, mind, and soul, depending upon different circumstances. In the yoga system, the mind and the conditioned soul are especially important. Since the mind is the central point of the yoga practice, Atma refer here to the mind. The purpose of the yoga system is to control the mind and to draw it away from the attachment to the sense object. It is stressed here in that the mind must be so trained that it can deliver the conditioned soul from the mere omniscience. In material existence, one is subjected to the influence of the mind and the sense. In fact, the pure soul is entangled in the material world because of the mind's ego, which desire to lord it over material nature. Therefore, the mind should be trained so that it will not be attracted by the glitter of material nature. And in this way, the conditioned soul may be saved. One should not degrade oneself by attraction to sense object. The more one is attracted by sense object, the more one become entangled in the material existence. The best way to disentangle oneself is to always engage the mind in Krishna consciousness. The word he is used for emphasizing this point. Example that one must do this. It is also said, mana eva manushyanam karmanam bandha mokshayo bandhaya vishaya sango muktayi nirvaishyam manah. For man, mind is the cause of bondage and mind is the cause of liberation. Mind absorbed in sense object is the cause of bondage and the mind detached from the sense object is the cause of liberation. Therefore, the mind which is always engaged in the Krishna consciousness is the cause of supreme liberation. Text 6.
Vibol. You can read Prabhu one more.
Okay, bro. बंधुर आत्म आत्म आत्मनस तस्य येन येनात्मेव मनाहिजितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रवे व्रते व्रतेतात्मेव शत्रुवतः. बंधु friend, atma mind, atmana of the living entity, tasya of him, yena by whom, atma mind, eva certainly, atmana by the living entity, jita conquered, anatmana of the one who has failed to control the mind, too, but satruvarte because of enmity, varteta remains, atma eva the friend, the very mind, satruvata as an enemy. Translation: for him who has conquered the mind is the best friend. But the one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be greatest enemy. Purpose. The purpose of the practicing enlightened yoga is to control the mind in order to make it a friend in discharging the human mission. Unless the mind is controlled, the practice of yoga for so is simply a waste of time. One who cannot control his mind lives always with the greatest enemy, and thus his life and its mission are spoiled. The constitutional position of the living entity is to carry out the order of the superior. As long as one's mind remains an unconquered enemy, one has to serve the dictation of lust, anger, avarice, illusion, etc. But when the mind is conquered, one voluntarily agrees to abide by the dictation of the personality of Godhead, who is situated within the heart of everyone as a Paramatma. Real yoga practice entails meeting the Paramatma within the heart and then following his dictation. For one who takes to Krishna consciousness directly, perfect surrender to dictation of the Lord follow automatically. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Haribol. Jitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahitaha sitoshna sukha dukkesu tata mana pamanayoho. Oh, Krishna. So I was just like 50 minutes ago, I was at the city center and there was some Hindu person, some Indian man came to me and he wanted to talk because he saw my tilak and he wanted to talk. And then he explained about the God in his heart, or about the super soul in his own term in the heart. And he said that he's the guru. I said, you need a guru. He said, guru is in my heart. And I said, how can you know if it's the mind or if it's the super soul? Which one? How can you know? Then he couldn't have an answer. But if I remember this verse, and now I get the verse. I wish I had it like 1 hour ago. I would have given this straight. This would have been like direct answer. For one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached, for he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. And the person was also talking how he's so distressed because he has to work so much and he has to do this and that. And yeah, I took his number. I will send this to him. Let's see if he joins the report. Actually, every living entity is intended to abide by the dictation of the Supreme Person of Godhead, who is seated in everyone's heart as Paramatma. When the mind is misled by the external illusory energy, one becomes entangled in material activities. Therefore, as soon as one's mind is controlled through one of the yoga systems, one is to be considered as having already reached the destination. One has to abide by superior dictation. When one's mind is fixed on the superior nature, he has no other alternative but to follow the dictation of the Supreme. The mind must admit some superior dictation and follow it. The effect of controlling the mind is that one automatically follows the dictation of the Paramatma, or Super Soul. Because this transcendental position is at once achieved by one who is in Krishna consciousness, the devotee of the Lord is unaffected by the dualities of material existence, namely distress and happiness, cold and heat. This state is practical samadhi, or absorption in the Supreme. Oh, then the person also said that he asked how long I've been studying these things or practicing. I said around 3-4 years. He said, "Oh, I've studied Sanatan Dharma 10 years. I've read Rig Veda," he said. He was so puffed up. But he was listening, so I think I told him that you cannot know these things without guru, and there is actually only one guru available right now, that we don't know any other bona fide spiritual masters than Srila Prabhupada. Then I told, all these books are free. You can take your phone, anything. You can load the book and you need to read the book. And then you understand. I told small book and you understand. But he was saying that I've studied with Paramatma 10 years. And then I asked him, he was explaining about Sanatan Dharma. Then I asked him, what is the meaning of Sanatan Dharma? What is the direct translation? And then he says that Dharma means religion. He was saying that. Sanatan, he was saying something like, that's something like he's saying that what is within us. He was saying like this, and I stopped him straight and I said, no. The Sanatan means eternal and Dharma means duty. It's simple. It's two words. It's not. You don't have to speculate so much. And yeah, then he got.
He needs science of self-realization.
Yes, Prabhu. I will today send the books to him and see if he wants to look into it.
Yeah, you refer him the definition of dharma.
Yes, Prabhu. So at the end, he kind of he said, "Oh, I have to go work now," and then he ran away when he couldn't give us answers. But he gave his number, so that was nice.
No, he will come. Definitely, he will come. He is sent by Krishna only.
Yes, Prabhu, and he was saying that this Paramatma is guiding, and I told him directly that now the Paramatma guided you to talk with me, and I've told you all these things, and now you need to, now it's your decision. You have now free will to study this thing or just let it be. So I told the Paramatma now brought you. Are you gonna listen to him or not? And he was thinking like this. Yeah, that's actually true.
He tasted the candy. Now he got the taste. So now he have to lament for it again.
Yes, Prabhu.
Free word.
Haribol, next one. Text number 8. Does someone want to read?
I can. If I can. Can I? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I was muted. Yes, Prabhu. You can read.
Yeah,
Haribol.
please accept my humble obeisance. So glory to
Dandavat
Srila
pranam, Jai
Prabhupada.
Shri
Haribol. Dandavat pranam. Vikyana vikyana kriptatma bhutasto vijitendriya yukta ityukyate yogi samalotrashna gandhana jnana acquired knowledge vikyana realized knowledge kripta satisfied atma living entity bhutasta spiritually situated vijita indriya sensually controlled yukta competent for self-realization iti as usyate is said yogi the mystic sama equiposed lostra pebbles asma stone gandhana gold. Translation: person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi or mystic when he is fully satisfied by virtue of an acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. This is everything, whether it be pebbles, stones, or gold, as the saying. Purport: book knowledge without realization of supreme truth is useless. This is stated as follows: Ata Shri Krishna Namadina Aved Grahyam Vidhyai Sevon Mukhe Vivadau Ayam Eva Surat Yada. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality, and pastime of Sri Krishna through his materially contaminated sense. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord, of the transcendental name, form, quality, and pastime, the Lord revealed to him. Padma Purana.
1 second, Prabhu. I'll save this verse because
Yeah.
I got so annoyed because I opened my notes. I was thinking there is some nice verses. Then I was looking at the phone and there was nothing. And then I had to just try to remember.
Seriously, this verse should be in the note.
Yes, Prabhu.
You see, very nice verse. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma Bhutasto Vijitendriya
Yes, Prabhu. See? Here it says Padma Purana, and this verse here it says Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
What?
Yeah, it's different. The other one is Heritage, I think.
Okay. Which one to trust? No, you can check it. Yes. Very well.
In his school. Yes, if that person reads the Bhagavad Gita, then he would become a devotee instantly, I think. He was doing some charity work. He was doing something like this.
He
Yes, Prabhu. He came to kind of like ask a donation from me, like he was kind of like preaching or something.
Oh.
And he was complaining, I have to do this 15 hours. I have 1,500 contacts and I was thinking like, I told him that really nice that you have all these contacts. Now you can learn this knowledge and spread it to all of those your contacts. I told him like this. But he was like frustrated. Yeah, he was really frustrated that he's doing so much. He said, I'm studying this, I'm reading Rig Veda, but he didn't know even who is Lord Brahma. I'm thinking this person says I'm studying Sanatan Dharma 10 years, and I asked from him that this Karbodakasai Vishnu lays from his navel the lotus sprouts. I asked, who is sitting on that lotus? Who is the first living entity of the universe? And he's thinking, I'm thinking like these are basic things. If you say 10 years you have studied Sanatan Dharma, then where is your study? What is the study? What have you been doing?
Nothing, Prabhu. They are lying actually. They are not reading.
Yes, Prabhu.
Actually, what they are doing, if likely to be someone will adding in the group and they will see the darshan of Radha Krishna and all things, that means that they are devotee.
Yes,
They
Prabhu.
don't know nothing, but they are feeling that yeah, now I'm devotee.
Yeah.
And now and they will act. They will say that oh, I'm joined Krishna consciousness from 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just like that. Okay, 1 second. Okay, Prabhu, now you can continue.
Okay. This Bhagavad Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. No one can become Krishna conscious simply by mundane scholarship. One must be fortunate enough to associate with a person who is in pure consciousness. Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna because he is satisfied with pure devotion and service. By realized knowledge, one becomes perfect. By transcendental knowledge, one can remain steady in his convictions, but by mere academic knowledge, one can be easily deluded, confused by apparent contradictions. It is the realized soul who is actually self-controlled because he is surrendered to Krishna. He is transcendental because he has nothing to do with mundane scholarship. For him, mundane scholarship and mental speculation, which may be as good as gold to others, are of no greater value than pebbles or stone. Martin, what was that text A? What chapter? This is the fourth.
6-8.
Ah, all right. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Those are good ones. Those that you can't without Krishna's mercy. It doesn't matter what you try, but you can't. Revealed by Krishna. That's very interesting and good to know.
Yes, Prabhu. I was actually just thinking about what words could be something that directly says this, and I was going to ask from someone, but now we got it. That asking.
Prabhu, you have all the notes with the reference likely to be with the topic,
Yes,
every
Prabhu.
topic, in which you are keeping in notes.
Yes, Prabhu. In this Apple Notes.
Oh, then maybe you can make the with this PDF also, huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Maybe it can be made into PDF. See, I have all these. They're like by topic, and then I always just search with keywords. So here is many about.
Either you can forward it with likely to be Excel or something, so can we take it and keep in our keep notes so we can search with the keyword.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, bro. I will ask you for this after reading session. Thank you, bro.
Oh, I should have opened this also. Here was disciplic succession. this would, because I tried to explain him that you need an authorized source and disciplic succession.
Yes, bro. 777.
In the Padma Purana, it is also said Sampradaya Vihina Ye Mantraste Nishpala Mata. There are 4 Sampradayas or disciplic succession, namely the Brahma Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, and the Kumara Sampradaya. If one wants to advance in spiritual power, one must receive his mantras from one of these bona fide Sampradayas. Yes, he was saying that I don't care about so much the authority, and this is direct answer that if you want to read Veda, you have to have it from bona fide Sampradaya. Otherwise, he will never be successfully. He will never successfully advance in spiritual life.
Hari bol.
10
This is
years.
clear cut.
Yes, Prabhu. I would have said to him that now it's 10 years, still you did realize soon it's gonna be 30 years that you need to take this guru. Haribol, next one. Who wants to read? Hero Prabhu, you can also continue for this next one.
I can continue.
Yes, Prabhu.
Turn mitrar yuda dina matyastate vesya pandusu tadus api japapesu tamaputir isti yate. Learn the S. Suhrit by nature well with mitra benefactor with affection. I can see, you can answer how affection. Ari, enemy. Udasina, neutral between the belligerent. Matyasta, mediator between the belligerent. Veshya, envious. Bandusu, among the relatives or well-wishers. Sadusu, under the bias. Api, as well as Ja and Papesu, under the sinner. Samaputti, having equal intelligence. The far advanced. Translation. The person is said to be still further advanced, and he regards all, the honest well-wisher, friends and enemies, the envious, pious, sinner, and those who are indifferent and impartial with an equal mind.
Haribol.
Oh, that was short.
Yeah, it didn't have purport, so you can read next one also.
Okay, extend. Yogi yundita satatam atmanam rahasi sita ekaki yata chittatma viravir aparigraha. Yogi transcendentalist yundita must concentrate in Krishna consciousness satatam constantly atmanam himself by the body, mind and self. Rahasi, a secluded place, Sita, being so situated, Ekaki, alone, Yata Chittatma, always careful in mind, Virati, without being attracted by anything else, Aparigraha, free from the feeling of possessive. Translation. The transcendentalist should always try to concentrate his mind on the supreme self. He should live alone in a secluded place. He should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feelings of possessive. Purport. Krishna is realized in different degrees as Brahman, Paramatma, and the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna consciousness means, concisely, we always engage transcendental, loving service of the Lord. Those who are attached to the impersonal Brahman, the localized super soul, are also partially Krishna conscious, because impersonal Brahman is the spiritual ray of Krishna, and super soul is the all-pervading partial expansion of Krishna. Thus, the impersonalist and the meditator are also indirectly Krishna conscious. Directly Krishna conscious person is the topmost transcendent transcendentalist, because such a devotee knows what is meant by Brahman or Paramatma. His knowledge of the absolute truth is perfect, whereas the impersonalist, the meditative yogi, are imperfectly Krishna-centered. Nevertheless, all of these are instructed herewith to be constantly engaged in their particular pursuit so that they may come to the highest perfection sooner or later. The first business of a transcendentalist is to keep the mind always Krishna. One should always think of Krishna and not forget him even for a moment. Concentration of the mind of Supreme is called samadhi, or trance. In order to concentrate the mind, one should always remain in seclusion and avoid disturbing external objects. We should be very careful to accept favorable and reject unfavorable conditions that affect this realization. And in perfect determination, he should not anger after unnecessary material things that entangle him by feelings of possession. Oh, that's so. All these perfections and precautions are perfectly executed when one is directly in Krishna consciousness. Because direct Krishna consciousness means self-abnegation, wherein there is very little chance for material possession. Srila Rupa Goswami characterizes Krishna consciousness in this way. Anasaktasya Vishayam Latarham Upayunjata Nirpanda Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate Tapanti Kataya Pushya Harisambandi Vastuna Mumukshupi Parityago Vairagyam Algu Katyate Akirasamrita Sindhu 2.2. When one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is widely situated above possessive. On the other hand, one who rejects everything without knowledge of its relation to Krishna is not as complete in its association. The Krishna conscious person well knows that everything belongs to Krishna. Thus, he is always free from feelings of personal possession. As such, he has no hankering for anything of his own personal advantage. He knows how to accept things in favor of Krishna consciousness, how to reject things in favor of Krishna. Oh, I should learn that. He's always aloof from material things because he's always transcendental. He is always alone, having nothing to do with persons not Krishna. Therefore, a person in Krishna consciousness is alone. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yes, this means that he's always with devotees.
Very nice, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
This single sloka purport can give someone the vairagya.
Yes, Prabhu. Let's check. Haribol, next one. शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरम् आसनम् आत्मनः नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं शैलाजिनाकुशोत्तरम् तैत्राकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यथा चिद्देन्द्रियक्रियः उपाविश्यासने युञ्ज्याद् योगमात्मा विशुद्धये. Shuchau in sanctified deshe in the land pratishtapya, placing shtiram firm, asanam seat, atmanaha self-dependent, na not ati to, uchritam high, na nor ati to, nicham low, chaila agna, soft clad and their skin. Kushottaram, grass, tatra, thereupon, ekagram, one attention, manaha, mind, kritva, doing so, yata chitta, controlling the mind, indriya, senses, kriyaha, activities, upavishya, sitting on, asane, on the seat, yunjat, execute, yogam, yoga practice, atma, heart, vishuddhaye, for clarifying, translation. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusha grass on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should neither be too high nor too low and should be situated in sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and should practice yoga by controlling the mind and the senses, purifying the heart and fixing the mind on the point. Yeah, this is really detailed. One second. Yeah, here it is said secluded place and sacred place. And the city cannot be secluded place nor sacred place. There is two things missing. Yeah, purport. Prabhupada also emphasizes on the sacred place straight away. Sacred place refers to places of pilgrimage. In India, the yogis, the transcendentalists, or the devotees all live home and reside in sacred places like Prayag, Mathura, Vrindavan, Rishikesh, and Hardwar. And in solitude, practice yoga where the sacred rivers like the Yamuna and the Ganga flow. But often this is not possible, especially for Westerners. Yeah, we don't have any rivers here. We have just ice. This the so-called yes, Prabhu. This the so-called yoga societies in big cities may be successful in earning material benefit, but they are not at all suitable for the actual practice of yoga. One who is not self-controlled and whose mind is not undisturbed cannot practice meditation. But then they will say, oh, but we are just doing this so we can become self-controlled, and but they cannot. Therefore, in the Brihannaradya Purana, it is said that in the Kali Yuga, the age, present yuga or age, when the people in general are short-lived, slow in spiritual realization, and always disturbed by various anxieties, the best means of spiritual realization is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Ribol. Okay, who wants to read the next one? It's a long one. Oh, Krishna, the computer is going to close.
Oh,
No, charge. Give him food.
Ribol.
Does anyone want to read or do I read?
You can read, Prabhu.
okay, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Samam kayas, samam kayas shiro grivam dharayan achalam stira samprekshya nasikagram swam dishash chanavalokayan. Oh, Prashantatma Vigadapir Brahmachari Rate Stita Manasam Yamya Machito. Funny sound. Yukta Asita Para Samam straight Kaya Shira body and head Grivam Ek Tarayan holding Achalam unmoved Stira still some looking, Asika, nose, agram, tip, Swam own, Isha all sides, Ja also, Anavalokayan, not seeing, Prashanta, unagitated, Atma, mind, Vikatapi, devoid of fear, Brahmachari Vrate, the vow of celibacy, Stita, situated, Mana, mind, Samyamya, completely subdued, Mat, Antony, Krishna, Chitta, concentrated, Yukta, actual yogi, as, asi, being so, Mat, Antony, para ultimate goal. Translation. One should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. Why is it to look at the tip of nose?
So the vision is one pointed. So it doesn't, because if he doesn't focus on one point, then he will look there and look here, and so yeah.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
In the beginning, when I was chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, I tried to do like this. I tried to focus on things like this, but later I stopped completely. I forgot trying those things. I just started to listen to the mantra. But in the beginning, I started with all kinds of that I need to breathe a certain way when I chant, or I need to focus my eyes on the yeah. Very good.
Oh, okay. Many detailed things.
And then later I stopped it.
The goal of life is to know Krishna, who is situated within the heart of every living being, Param Atma, the 400 Vishnu form. The yoga process is practiced in order to discover and see this localized form of Vishnu, and not for any other purpose. The localized Vishnu Murti is the plenary representation of Krishna dwelling within one's heart. One who has no program to realize this Vishnu Murti is usually engaged in mock yoga practice. It is certainly wasting his time. Krishna is the ultimate goal of life. The Vishnu Murti situated in one's heart is the object of yoga practice. To realize this Vishnu Murti within the heart, one has to observe complete abstinence from sex life. Therefore, one has to leave home and live alone in a secluded place, remaining seated as mentioned above. One cannot enjoy sex life daily at home or elsewhere and attend the so-called yoga class and thus become a yogi. One has to practice controlling the mind, avoiding all kinds of sense gratification. Which sex life is the key. The rules of celibacy written by the great sage Yagya
Yagyavalkya.
Is it what like yeah? I'm not sure. Yes. Anyway, Karmana manasa vacha sarvavasthasu sarvada sarvatra maituna yago brahmacharyam tatak.
Very strong statement is there. Karmana manasa vacha sarvanam sarvastu sarvada.
I can do the tones. I'm watching the. I should start watching the. Tatvai Prabhu's the shloka. What the courses. I don't know the tunes.
Yes, this is normal one. This is goes like 4 parts. Karmana manasa vacha sarva vasta susarvada sarvatra maituna tyago brahmacharyam prachakshate. Sometimes it's like longer and then it gets confusing, but it's always in 4 parts. This one.
4 parts.
Wow, Brahmacharya is meant to help one completely abstain from taking out word and mind at all times, under all circumstances, all places. No one can perform correct yoga practice through the text. Brahmacharya is taught, therefore, from childhood when one has no knowledge of text. Children at the age of 5 are sent to the Guru Guru. the place of the spiritual master. The master trains the young boys in strict discipline, becoming calm and charity. Without such practice, no one can make any plan. So, they see jhana, but one who, however, follows the rules, regulations, married life, and sexual relationship only with that also under regulation. It's also called brahmachari. Such a restrained householder, brahmachari, may be expected to bhakti school, but the jnana and jnana schools do not happen to a householder, brahmachari. They require complete abstinence without compromise. The bhakti school, householder brahmachari, is allowed control sex life out of bhakti level. It's so powerful that one ordinary sex being engaged in superior service. In the Bhagavad Gita, it said, Ishaya vinivartante viraha rasavarjam raso rasya param rishva nivartate. Whereas others are forced to restrain themselves from sensual devotee of the Lord automatically will experience them. Other than the devotee, no one has to start up one cannot be here fully
Prabhu, speak closer to the microphone a little bit.
yes, sorry, but don't be told fearful due to his perverse memory, his forgetfulness, eternal relation. Bhagavatam says, Vayam Sikya Vini Vesata Viparya Yosa. Krishna consciousness is the only base really. Therefore, perfect practice is possible for perfect. It's the ultimate goal of yoga, to be the Lord within. Krishna conscious person is already the best of all yoga. Principles of the yoga system are different from those of the yoga. Thank you.
Dibo, thank you so much, Prabhu.
See this verse through. See
This one?
here mentioned that karmana manasa vasa sarvasya sarvada sarvatra matun tyago brahmacharyam prakshate. Here in the purport of this sloka, there mentioned brahmacharya is taught therefore from the childhood when one has no knowledge of the sex life. But now, Prabhu, nowadays what happening, that these parents itself now they are forcing their child to go in that negative life.
Yes, Prabhu.
They don't want to be brahmachari at all.
Yes, Prabhu.
If
Yeah, they think it's bad.
yeah, if they want to follow na, then even though they will stop him and they will give some negative things so to do that.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Here also one second sloka mentioned that Vigatabhi, one cannot be fearless unless one is fully in the Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhu. That's true.
Fearless can't come if someone is not in the Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, fear personified is scared about Krishna. He's scared.
Actually, every person having a lot of risk in his life. Every moment, every step having the risk.
Yes, Prabhu.
But a person who is in the Krishna consciousness, he don't have the fear because he is serving Krishna every time.
Yes, Prabhu. That's true. This is nice verse about it. Apanna samsritim goram yanama vivasogranam tata satyo vimucheta yad vibeti svayam bayam. Translation. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Even fear fears Krishna's name.
Yes, bro. There is no great Asuras like Ravana,
They were
Hiranyakashipu,
also scared.
Kansa. Very limited. Revolve.
Revolt. Okay, now we need to go to the Satsakam prayers. Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu.
What kind of Krishna who is attached to the Krishna or Lord Shiva? What kind of Krishna who is attached to Krishna or inside?
So,
Not understand.
what does it mean? Like, what kind of Vaishnava?
Who is attached Krishna or Lord Shiva?
The devotee who is attached to Krishna is usually a normal Vaishnava. Usually, all Vaishnavas are attached to Krishna's different forms. Prabhu, I didn't fully understand the question. I need to read it again soon.
Kind of Krishna who is attached to Krishna. Prabhu, actually Vaishnava, actually Lord Shiva's devotee, na? That Shiva devotee, they having the first step to come to the Krishna consciousness. When Lord Shiva devotee will get the mercy of Lord Shiva, then they will come to Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Ultimate goal is to come to Krishna because Lord Shiva himself is referring to Krishna. Like Nityasiddha, Kripa. Why you added one of the 12 Mahajana? Anything Prabhu you want to ask? Dharani Bharati Prabhu. Either you can ask in Vaishnava Sangha.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, you continue.
Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamaha davagninirvapanam Shreyah Kairavachandrika Vitaranam Ityavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamritasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्र पिता नियमिता स्मरेण काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवान् ममापि दुर्दैवम् ईदृशम् इह जाने नानुग्रह
नादपि सुनीचे न तरोरपि सहिष्णुना मानेन मानदेन कीर्तने सदा हरि
अदनं न जनं न सन्दरं कवितं वा जगदीशकामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवत्तद्भक्तिरैत्य त्वयि
Ainandatanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Kripa Tava Pada Pankaja Sthitatuli Sadarsam Vichintaya.
नयनं गलदश्रुधार अश्रुधाराय वदनं गदारुद्धाय गिरा पुलाकेरनिचेतां वपुपदा त्वनाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रविश्यायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
Aslishya Vapadaratam Pinashtuma Madarshanan Marmahatam Karotu Va Yata Tata Va Vidatulam Pato Matprananatastu Saevana Paraha. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. and thus you have hundreds and millions of the names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rule for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking on self lower than a stew in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all senses of pres- false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Or
Today, Sujaya Prabhu not participating? Sujaya Prabhu, Mohit Raj Prabhu.
Nitin,
Mohit Prabhu, can you?
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
revolt.
O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrent of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handle me roughly by his embrace or make me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipper, Lord, unconditionally.
Revolt, Sri की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, पंचतत्व की जय,
Jai,
नित्यानंद की जय, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय,
Jai,
प्रभु की
Jai,
जय, जगत गुरु शिला
Jai,
भक्ति स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद
Jai.
हरि हरि
Hari
Hare Krishna,
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari
Prabhu.